Hi there, I'm Paul Harrison, maker of Urban Squirrel, and I'm here to tell you exactly how I made a 360 virtual reality cartoon for YouTube. And if you haven't seen it yet, what you need is the YouTube app on your phone or your tablet and search for Urban Squirrel 360. It'll pop up and you'll be able to watch all of the action unfolding all the way around, which you'll need to do in order to figure out what's going on. So today I'm going to tell you exactly how I did that. In brief, I will do a more detailed making of for the patient and the curious, but for now, just 6 easy steps, or relatively easy steps, on how to make a 360 virtual reality cartoon for YouTube. The first step is the planning, or the storyboard, and you do need to go about things a bit differently than you would normally because it's 3D space. So you need to plan things spatially as well as temporally. Here in my storyboard, I didn't go for a whole series of frames, but I've gone for one single frame where all the action is laid out horizontally in a kind of sequence of events. The next step is to take the storyboard and recreate it in 3D space with basic elements. Decisions need to be made at this point about how things are spaced out and to see whether it works. Also, at this point, everything is animated to get the timing right and to create a template for the 2D animation. This in the middle here is the camera, which will be the viewpoint for the final animation. The next step is to render the scene flat from this camera in a way that encompasses the whole scene. And if you do that, it will look like this. It's an unwrapped scene. And this is the format that YouTube needs to make the 360 video. And this now becomes the template for the 2D animation. So this is the full animatic, and all of the distortion that you see in this image has to be reproduced in the 2D animation for it to work. The next stage, of course, is to start doing the 2D animation. So we take our 3D animatic and we take it into Photoshop and start to draw in our elements and also our keyframes for the animation. This is a sped up time lapse of me drawing some keyframes of the squirrel over the top of the 3D animatic, as you can see. Some of the elements are so distorted in the 2D unwrapped version that what we need to do is to draw them separately, take them back into 3D and render them out. All of the elements, once they're animated and drawn, are taken into After Effects and composited together, some extra animation done, and the final thing looks like this, an unwrapped version of the whole scene in 2D animation. So the next step is very important. Once the animation is finished, you need to add some metadata to the video file to make it play correctly in 360 degrees on YouTube. And you can do this by getting some software provided by YouTube in the support part of the site that will add the metadata. You simply download it, run your video through the software, and it is now ready. That leaves you the final thing to do: upload your video to YouTube and watch it play in glorious 360 degrees. And that's it. In a nutshell, most of what you need to know about a 360 animation in YouTube. If you've still got questions, don't worry, I'm going to do a more in-depth making of where I'll answer a lot more questions, and you'll find the link to that in the description below once I've finished it. And if you want to know more about me, then you can find me at figmentfactory.com. And if you want to know more about Urban Squirrel and his dreadful frenemies, then go to urbansquirrelisthenuts.com, and you can find t-shirts and up-and-coming comics and animations and much more. And if you feel inspired to do something similar to this, then good luck.